Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Kaganasadarsham Tattvamasya Adilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namah. Seem to make it more bass, it's very sharp, a little more bass. So welcome to the Satsang. Evening Satsang is different from morning Satsang. Evening Satsang, I will be more careful because my wife is also here. So, there is a beautiful mantra that comes from the Shukla Paksha of the Yajurveda. It's also the Upanishad. And before the Upanishad, Rig, Yajur, second Veda. Before the Upanishad begins, there is a Shanti part. Because there is always a Shanti before the Upanishad. It's like an introduction. And in this particular Upanishad, we will deal only with 2 shlokas in 1 hour. There is this beautiful mantra. And then the Upanishad starts. The mantra is Om Poornamada Poornamidam Poornat Poornamaduchyate Poornasya Poornamataya Poornameva Avashishyate. Beautiful mantra. It keeps repeating the word Poorna, to be noted. Not incompleteness, but completeness. And it says, Poornamada, that is complete. So we usually say, if that is complete, so what does it matter to us? That can be complete or incomplete, who cares? That is complete. Poornamada. So we'll come to what that is, but Poornamada. But then, quickly it shifts to Poornamidam. This is also complete. But you will say, no, it's incomplete. But it is complete. Poornamidam. Poornat Poornamaduchyate. This completeness has come from that completeness. It's not a method that the rishis invented to confuse us, please. From that completeness has come this completeness. Purnasya Purnama. If you take this completeness out from that completeness, which is what we always do, day in and day out, 24 hours, splitting. Purnameva Avashishyate. There is only Purna that remains. There is no change. So what could this be? Is it an attempt to puzzle people or confuse them? Were the rishis happily sitting there under the forest, under the peepal tree and confusing people? What is the meaning? I taught a good friend of mine from Germany to chant this. So he was so taken up by this that he wrote it in different sheets of paper and stuck it in the dashboard of the car here there. Tried it for 2 months. Then he gave up. He said, I can't do. What is this? Pur, I can't chant. So, what does it mean? Why Poornamada Poornamidam? Well, the hypothesis which is given to us coming from the experience of the great rishis is actually a liberating message. We always think we are incomplete. It's a liberating message. It says that supreme reality which pervades this universe and from which this whole thing has come, this what we see, including us, is by its very nature Poorna, complete, full. You can say full, complete, Poorna, I don't know, any other word? Whole, not H-O-L-E. Whole. It's everything. It's complete. It's fullness. So, in essence, that supreme reality is complete. Now, this world which we live in, and we have come from there. But having come from there doesn't mean that we, as we think, are little individuals incomplete. The Upanishad says you are also complete when you know how. So that is complete, this is complete. That completeness is not separated from this completeness. Somewhere along the line we have this separation. I am here, that is there, I have to go there. What happens when everything is everywhere? How do we move? Okay. Now, this is also the reason why all human beings, all of us, want to become complete, become full. We all want to be fulfilled, right? You say, I am not satisfied yet. And it is towards this fulfillment that we all move and work. Today I have a job, this job. Tomorrow I get a better job, then I am complete. Today I am following this. Tomorrow if I follow that, I will be complete. I will be fulfilled. Today I have this much of money. Tomorrow if I have this much more, then I am fulfilled. This is what keeps us moving. The attempt to become complete, not realizing the fact that if you just go within and see we are complete already, there is nothing to complete. And if you are complete, then only you can give. If you are incomplete, how can you give? If you are not full, what can you give to others? You can't. So, the message is that completeness of that, which is the origin of the universe, is also the completeness here in us. And if you touch that completeness and understand that it is that which we are searching for outside and turn within, then you understand what is Poorna. But we always like to divide. You know, I'm small, I need to go there, it's big. The shloka here means that you are where you are big, not small. It's a what shall I say, it's a message of hope that you're not hopeless, you're actually complete in your true essence. But we don't like to be in our true essence. We want to be separate and then say, oh, that is big, you're big. So don't think small, that is a practical. Think big. Because it is this thinking big which is built into our system because we are moving towards that Poorna, to that expansion. That's why there is this insatiable desire to fulfill, to move, to grow, to expand. In fact, the word Brahman comes from the root word bruh, which means to expand. So, when we think I'm expanding my company or I'm doing this or I'm doing that, actually it is an unconscious desire to touch that which is already expanded, whose essence is in us, and therefore we are also complete in some way. One. Second, when you see the world as one, then it is full. If you see it as separate pieces, then it is not full. Now, you're all sitting here. I know that you are individuals, separate individuals. Okay, fine. But are we not human beings? Are we not human beings? Even in us, The nursery, so we are complete. We are not sitting here as separate individuals, we are one. And when people are one, it gives so much energy because we are going back to the source of Poorna. It happens in negative as well as positive ways. In politics, when somebody manages to bring people together for their own purposes, infinite power comes. How? Because they are made to come together and we are one now. Hum sab ek hai. So, this is very important to note that completeness is not there. If it is there, it means nothing to us. It's also here. It's in every one of us, that complete. And this, when understood, when the mind is absolutely quiet and calm, tranquil, then you realize you are not this small little thing. You are actually that fullness which needs nothing to expand. It's there already. But human mind is such that it will hear all this and say, yeah, but I have piles, what to do? So, this is something we have to think about. Now, this is the Shanti mantra, the beginning introduction of Poorna, from which begins the Ishavasya Upanishad. The Ishavasya Upanishad is one of the most important principal Upanishads available to us. It is not an otherworldly Upanishad. It is Upanishad meant for now and here because it points to Purnam Idam. Purnam, not just Poornamada, but Poornamidam. This is complete. This is the message of the Ishavasya Upanishad. It picks up that particular part and expands upon it. And that is the importance of the Upanishad. As I said, it is from the Yajurveda. Kurvanniveha karmani jijivisheta shatam samaha. Then, next. Nobody knows. What? Say that again. Somebody said something. Who said? Evam. You said what? I heard it as Nedam. Evam tvai nanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare. It means, first the Ishavasya. Ishavashyamidam sarvam. What did we discuss before? Poorna. Poornamada Poornamidam. Now the Upanishad says, Ishavashyamidam sarvam. That supreme reality. Now it's talking about Poornamidam. That supreme reality pervades everything here. Idam. Not there, where you go after death, or any of that now. So the message is here and now. Not in some future birth or in the past, but Ishavashyam idam sarvam. Everything here, including us, of course. Don't say everything here but us. We also are included in this. It's part of this whole thing called Isha. It pervades everything here. Now we think we are different, but when the differences sink, then there is only that Isha. So, Isha Vashyamidam Sarvam, that supreme Isha, the Lord, the supreme being, pervades everything here. Then, Yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Important to note. Yat kincha jagatyam jagat. That means this supreme reality pervades everything here, okay? Everything that moves in this world. So, you might think maybe it is not there in something that does not move. Kincha jagatyam jagat. So it pervades everything here in everything that moves. Fortunately for us, the word jagat is derived from jagatyam. That means that which moves. Which means when you say jagat, it automatically implies that which moves, and there is nothing that doesn't move. You might think it's not moving, but it is. Let's take life. Always moving. Huh? Let's take time. Central figures, always moving. Can we stop time? Time and tide waits for no man or woman, let me add. With all the cosmetology clinics still, time does not wait for anybody. So time moves. Life moves. If you ask a physicist and say this is dead matter, they will say no, it moves. You think it is dead, but it is not. It moves. Every electron is moving inside. Biology, the molecules are always in motion. Is there anything that does not move? This world is called Jagat because it is Jagatyam, that which moves. So that supreme reality pervades everything here in this Jagat, which is constantly in movement. And don't ask me about the mind, you know that it moves, right? You don't have to ask anybody. That's the usual complaint. I sit down to meditate, my mind is moving. So this supreme reality that pervades everything that moves, and then it stops there. As the Upanishadic style, it stops there and then says, Tena tyaktena bhunjita. You think that what is this to do with that all-pervading supreme reality? Tena tyaktena bhunjita ma krita kasya siddhanam. It says, therefore let go and rejoice. For whose world is this anyway? See the connection from the first to the last, the link in the middle saying how to practically get to that Isha which is all pervading. How? Let go of this small identity, this small little me, this small little point which is always saying me, 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 me. Break it. Let go of this. And then you rejoice in the fullness of that Isha that pervades everywhere. Why? Whose wealth is this anyway? Ma gridha kasya siddhanam. All that you see, this beauty and this everything in this world that you see and that which you don't see, whose is it anyway? It's not yours. So don't get caught. Don't get stuck. Treat it as somebody else's. In a practical sense, consider it to be all part of that supreme reality. And therefore, since the movement of time cannot be stopped, flow. Let go, flow. So that your mind is, when there is constant motion, movement, like the cyclone, for instance, all movement needs a center. And if you go to the mid-center, if the center also moves, you know what will happen. Suppose there is a wheel moving. The center, the axle is steady. If the center also begins to move with the wheel, you are in trouble. So therefore, in this moving universe, all pervaded by the Supreme Being, there is a center. That center, like the eye of the cyclone, is absolutely vacuous. It has nothing that we would consider to be matter. Nothing that we would consider to be a thing, T-H-I-N-G. Therefore you can say it is nothing, which means no thing, shunya. Please understand, shunya doesn't mean nothing. It means no thing. Nothing that you know of or I know of. It's beyond the understanding of the ordinary senses. Understanding this Says the Upanishad, let go and rejoice. Let go all your narrow little ideas practically, and let go of the philosophical understanding that we are separate. Let go of this feeling that I am different and you are different and we are separate. There is Poornamada Poornamidam. This is also Poorna. So consider everything as one Poorna. And if you start even, it's not a philosophy only, please understand. Upanishad is not merely philosophy, it's also a practical text. So it says, if you start living like this, if you start living with this attitude, even begin to live, need not reach the top. You know something? The beginning is as important as the goal. If I say, I will murder somebody and then find peace, it is not possible. You have to start with peace to go there. The method is as important as the goal. So the Upanishad says, if you have understood this truth, that there is this all-pervading reality, which is the reality and which is not only there but also here, and therefore let go of all the narrowness and then be happy. Already if you let go of narrow ideas, you are already happy actually. Happiness is not depending on how much big house you have or what you have. Depends on your mind. You have a small clinic and still be happy. So, if you understand this framework of Purnata, then Kurvanne veha karmani jiji visheta shatam samaha. You can live for 100 years doing your work. Evam tvai nanyate tosti. There is no other way open for us. Na karma lipyate nare. If you don't want the effects of karma to stick on you. Oh man, na karma lipyate nare. Oh man, that is the only way. Evam tvai. There is only way. Nanyate tosti. There is no other way for you to live in this world, doing your work and not allowing the effect of it to touch you, to leave, what is that? Mark on you. Now that kind of working is called the essence of Karma Yoga, where you're not worried about the result, you're putting in your effort. You know that ultimately everybody is moving towards completeness. And that completeness, whatever I get, ultimately satisfaction can be found only within. And when you touch that, then you are free. And it is not as if you do that and sit far away in the mountain or in the cave. Say, do your work. Even for 100 years. Visheta shatam samaha. The action will not touch your spotless mind. Actually, no spot will appear on your mind. If you understand this and lead your life. The problem comes when everything is mine. And when I want everything. Otherwise, everything is beautiful. This world is beautiful, the inner is beautiful, the outer is beautiful. The beauty becomes colored when I desire it. Beautiful flowers. Whereas a problem starts, I want to pluck it and put it in my pocket. Can I let go and rejoice? This is today's Guru Poornima message. The message one is Poornamada Poornamidam Poornat Poornamaduchyate Poornasya Poornamat Poornameva Avashishya. Nobody can take anything out. It's still complete. No one can. At least think about it. It starts first with Shravana, then Manana. First Shravana, think about it. Then do Manana, let it get into the mind. And then understand that that supreme reality pervades everything here, all that moves, which is the Jagat. And the way to live here without allowing it to touch you, without allowing the karma to stick to you, karma lipyate, is to understand this fact and live saying to yourself, Tena dektena bhunjita, let go and rejoice. Start in practical life, this is philosophy, but start in practical life, start by saying, I will not carry the images of the terrible thoughts that I have had in the past, so that my mind remains clear. Let go. If you hurt me in the past, why would I carry it all years, so many years with my head? Can I discard it? The moment you discard it, you rejoice. The more you carry it, the more you are in trouble. So this is the liberating message of the Upanishad. And being Guru Poornima, I thought there is no better message to give. Since you are all sitting thinking that something is going to come from the Guru. And please add the morning's message on to what I said. The Guru is in every one of us in our hearts. Not necessarily in this form. It is that which is found when the mind subsides and is no longer caught up in turmoil. When the mind is so tranquil, when the chitta is completely free of vrittis, then in that calmness opens up the runway from which you can take off to the higher levels. Till that is done, you have to change jobs, you have to get this, you have to get that. So turn inward. That's my message to you. So, before you start building a new temple, please keep this temple in order. If the Supreme Being is inside every one of us as a spark, as Poorna, then every one of us is a temple. Because in the Garbhagriha, what is there? The Supreme Reality. So, every one of us is a temple. So, is there a need to make another concrete structure called a temple? I don't know. So, before you start the temple, you put this temple in good order, service it properly, keep it in good condition, healthy and nice, and open your mind so that the Lord that sits inside gets some ventilation. This is the most important. Otherwise you will end up with emojis and mojis and all kinds of stupid things and suffer. And then come to me and say, can you do something about this? That's all. As brief as I can. without unnecessary ornamentation and paraphernalia. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. So when you go home, please take this message with you. Not only here, when you go home also. If somebody is cursing you from the window, the neighbor's house, just shut the window and keep quiet. Don't throw stones.
What if your banker is calling you?
If your banker is calling you, please go. Because who knows what is coming. First of all, live in such a way that the banker doesn't call you often. That is very important. Who's that little sitting there?
Someone sir office lala.
I see, I see. Okay. So it's 5:15. You can have a cup of tea and light the dhuni. I will come and light the dhuni. And then we can listen to some beautiful music which will probably take us away from this small little world we live in. Expand, throw out. And there's also a small little dance coming from these young people. Yeah. So, namaskar.